Hey guys, and welcome to Halloween weekend! And what better way to hold the festivities with some monster hunting. But as you can see here, we are still in a lobby. And if you didn't know this, this is the big Halloween weekend where Evolve went into its big alpha. And they gave out 1 million codes, so of course the server was going to crash horribly, and it did on Xbox One, and then they didn't bother upgrading the PC servers, so of course they crashed as well when they released that the day after, which was great because then we got to sit there and have a little bit of lobby simulator, which is also nice just to experience it, which is cool. But even when the servers were working, the lobbies were filled up with 10 people instead of 5, which is the maximum that can enter a server. So even if you got into a lobby and the game was counting down from 45 seconds and you got the confirmation that yes, you have been chosen to be this class, then no, you could still get kicked because they threw 10 people in to a slot, or slots where there only were 5 slots. So yeah, very nice experience so far, but they're gonna fix that. So but here we see some gameplay of me just playing the assault. I was playing the support first because 2 of my friends are gonna be medic and trapper, and someone will always want to be assault if you want to play with strangers. It's the most commonly chosen class by anyone, I think, in any game, like when multiplayer classes are like available to choose from. But as you can see, you cannot have more than 1 of the same class because this is a team game. So there's a medic, there's a support, there is a trapper which hunts down the creature, and then there's the assault which just does all the damage. And that's me. I'm Markov, and of course he is a Russian stereotype. He is a heavy, so of course he's Russian. It has to be. It can't be any other way. But yeah, first up, I'm just going to show you basically uncut of how we're going. Oh, okay, tutorial. Yeah, how we're gonna get into a game. I'm gonna finish that sentence. You're getting a little tutorial before every single battle to hide the long load times. You have the lightning gun, then you have mines, which you just throw down everywhere when you're inside the trapper's dome. I'll talk about that when it shows up. And assault also has a personal shield. If it wasn't enough that the support class can give you personal shield so you're invulnerable, you have a personal shield. So, whee! That's good. See, we're still loading, even though they hit the loading time behind that tutorial video. I think they could actually put more in. Now that the loading times are this long, they could put like a tutorial on maybe, or just a map overview, I don't know, maybe the load time gets faster. And they also hide the load time with this scene where you get to see all the names. Markov is a wanker. That's me. I'm a wanker. There's always a little banter before going in. I actually thought that you were gonna come in through like a hole where the monster had entered, but you're just going to get dropped down from this dropship in the middle of the map, and then you have 10 seconds to orientate yourself and see where things are moving, like these birds over here. Monsters scared the birds over here, and I actually thought that the trapper was the only one who was able to see the tracks, so you would actually have to follow him, or at least listen to what he's saying, because right now anyone can just follow these tracks. As we can see, they're blue, bright blue, so there's no confusion as to where the monster went. But the monster does get some time to run along, as we'll see in the end of this video, where Nitrix is going to show us how he played the monster. As we can see here, a monster tried to fake us by running around the tree, but if he had started to sneak after running halfway around the tree, then he might have been able to fool us, but we could clearly see the circle around the tree, so we just decided to go to the right instead of around the tree first. Like some weird race car rally in the desert, going up and down, left, right. We just took a shortcut. And that is also one of the things, the monster, you are 4 against 1, and some would say that is a disadvantage, but the monster, when being chased, is a lot faster. If you were just running and running, like the monster was running next to you, the monster would outrun you very, very fast. So that's why you have jetpacks to jump over obstacles. And you also have this dome, as we just saw the trapper put it down. That was a mistake, because right now we have to wait for it to disappear again, which is a little unfortunate. That gives the monster some extra time to run away. As we can see in the back, we have Bunke. He's lost some health. He's been fighting against some big monsters. I think he thought that was the monster back there, but it's just one of the many wildlife monsters that are all over the map. And some of them are very big, so it could have been the monster that we needed to kill, but it is just like in most MOBA games, where you have some buff creatures standing around in the jungle. You can kill them and gain some buffs like run speed, more jetpack recharge, more damage, and of course the monster can get that too when he reaches some bigger stage, because at the beginning of the stage, the matches, he is level 1, and then he can kill wildlife and gain evolve meter and go to stage 2. And then he can start taking down the bigger ones, which gives buffs, but in the beginning he has to avoid almost every single creature, except for the small ones, which he can eat. And we're still looking after the tracks and the monster scared birds. Even though we can't see the birds, there's a clear icon just telling us, here, look at this. We could just be following the tracks, but the devs decided that this was a little too hard, I suppose. So they gave us an icon which goes through everything. Buildings, so you can see exactly where the monster just has been. So if you're heading one way, and the monster has actually faked you, you instantly know that you've been faked when he sets off some birds. Monster's now stage 2. You're told that in the little tip bar there. And here he is right there, spouting fire. And the trapper just put down the dome, and he cannot get away from that. And as the assault, I'm just gonna get straight up to his face with this lightning gun. And he's gonna do as much damage. Whenever the lightning gun, it has to recharge after, I think it's 2 full health bars of the monster, so it's quite a lot of damage. Let's see here. No, maybe it's just 1. Then you have to change to the machine gun, which is also much better at distance. So you just keep up the pressure. And you could put down some mines. I'm not going to do that here because the location the monster is trapped in it has stairs where you can just walk up. So putting them down on the ground is not a very good idea, because he probably won't go down there too much if he could stay up there and just deal damage from a distance. But he decides to go down, so I should have done that. But whatever. He is very close to being dead. Even at stage 2, he is not much of a threat if he doesn't take down like our medic first, and then our support, and then me, I would say, in that order. So we get him killed very quickly. And yeah, you have to hammer enter and then press GG and then enter again, because it disables the chat very quickly. And then afterwards you get to level up, and there's a ton of things you can level up where you can get like 5% extra damage and stuff like that. You can see I did a lot of stuff with the lightning gun, did nothing with the mines, did a little bit of damage with the assault rifle. Because it was so close up, I didn't have any use for the assault rifle. I'm at the top of the chart with both damage. That sounds a little weird. It must be because the servers just had been down. It got reset, I think. So, yep, this is just how the progression looks. And even different classes are gonna be unlocked through this. Like, there's 2 different versions of each class. and different weapons with them too. Like instead of the lightning gun, there's a flame gun, so you can set fire to the monster, and then you can switch to another weapon, and he'll just burn a little bit while you do damage with the other one, and you can switch back to the flamethrower and do damage. There's a monster. It almost looks like a monster, but it wasn't. But I'm just going to speed up the footage here because it is once again just a chase through the landscape. There's plenty of things to see, and the map it's pretty nice. It's just tons of different places to go and jump, and it's very diverse, which is good. Because if you could learn the map very quickly, that would be a little boring. But the monster has such a big playground. But he's right down here. I sense him. I can smell him. I smell the monster. Oh, he's right there in the water. I think he thought he could move further out, and he didn't really notice me here. And I'm just gonna take away some shield with my assault rifle from a distance. He can't reach me with that jump because he's not stage 2. So I just decided to stand up there and shoot him in the face as he couldn't reach me. I'm gonna shoot him a little bit with a lightning gun, switch back to the assault rifle, and he is in the dome. So in just a second, I'm going to lay down some mines. But I would actually say that you should attack the assault as fast as possible, because then he'll use his personal shield, and then you can run away from him. Just gonna put down the arc mines here, as many as I can, and then pop my shield, because if he was still punching me in the face while putting down the mines, that would be pretty bad, because I would lose health really fast. So even when I'm just putting down mines, I would pop the shield. Does a lot of damage with the lightning gun. And shoot him from afar with the assault rifle as the lightning gun charges. So if you start to attack the assault, keep attacking the assault, because his lightning gun is what does the most damage. So if you run away from him and you let him recharge after you've been in his face a little bit, that is very bad for your health, because you do not regain health, you only regain shield. So if you evolve, you gain shield, but you don't get back any of the health that you lost, even if you eat creatures. Nearly misses another slam. I get to shoot him a whole lot in the butt, and he lost a whole lot of energy there. I'm sapping again, going back to the assault rifle, and that is game again. So some would say that the monster just was a little bad there. And I would agree, because we didn't really have any teamwork except for me and the trapper. We were the only ones really moving together. And we're gonna see the progression here again. Lightning gun, almost at the top. Arc mines did almost 2k damage, and the assault rifle did quite a lot, I was about to say, but nope, that would have been a lie because it did poop with it. Again, global 110. So that is definitely just a server that got reset there. We're gonna jump to Nitrix playing as the monster, which is probably what you guys want to see, because the monster is the fun part about all this. Just gonna turn down the volume a little bit so I can hear anything. And as we can see here, we are on almost, I think it's one of the same maps we just saw, but now there is a snowstorm, which will make it a lot tougher to actually spot the monster for the hunters. That's a pretty neato thing that can change the maps completely. Sometimes you can see the monster very clearly, and sometimes nope, you can't jump up there, Lars. And sometimes you can't see the monster very well because of this. He's getting a lot of prompts down in the left side. As you can see, climb, left shift to climb, because he was just trying to jump up the sides of mountains without grabbing on, so the game thought, hey, maybe he wants to climb. Here's how you climb, Lars. And there we have the first kill. You have to kill the... oh, that was too big of a monster. As you can see, there's going to be elite monsters, as it says down in the corner. They give you temporary buffs, and you cannot fight them right now. As we saw, Lars took a large hit to his shield, I think. Maybe you start out with this. Maybe you start out with no shield, actually. Some of the animals are too small for you to eat. As we saw there, he killed one of the smallest creatures on the map, and you would almost gaining nothing from it, so the developers thought, nah, you're not gonna be able to eat it at all. So he's gonna kill some Reapers instead. How do I know this already? I've played the game 3 times and I already know some of the wildlife names. Yeah, a good memory there. We're gonna see him use the leap and the leap smash ability combined very, very well later on, because you do need to get away fast and your stamina does deplete. Not that fast, but you can make, I think, 3 or 4 jumps and then your stamina has to recharge. But Lars puts in the smash in between the jumps, so as we can see, the stamina is just completely gone now. Oh, it replenishes over time. Thank you, hint. I wouldn't have guessed that. See Lars moving into the water. The water will also make you not show or not put down any tracks. So if you can jump into some water like a river, then you can use that to just run as fast as possible away from that position and then just jump in another direction, which is pretty cool. You don't have to sneak. You see Lars getting into stage 2 pretty quickly compared to the monsters that we saw that I was fighting against. So it's already much better. It's not gonna be a cakewalk for these hunters. And each time you evolve, you get 3 points to put into 4 skills. There is the rock throw, which Lars decided to completely fill out with all the points. And then there's the leap smash, and then there's charge and fire breath. You could go all round, but you would have to use all your abilities very well and be very diverse with them and hit one hunter with several skills, which is not very good. So he decided to upgrade the rock throw completely to do a whole lot of damage instead of splitting up, which is what you should do, because if you get caught up with the hunters at stage 2 and you decide to go on all the abilities just because it's cool, then you're gonna have a tough time. Because as we saw, the hunters can easily take down a stage 2 monster without any trouble. But Lars actually had a very good round here, so he's going to provide a decent challenge compared to what we saw in my games. Of course, this is the big alpha, so nobody knows how to play any of the monsters or hunters, so it can go either way. But we've seen plenty of live streams. I actually think that Lars could hide in that bush right there without being spotted. But back to what I was saying, we've seen plenty of live streams of tournaments with professional players playing this game very well. And if you have a team where people can actually talk, then this game turns into a completely different monster or beast, whatever. It's a pun. See Lars jumping to the top of the roof here and then sneaking down here and getting one of these modified wildlife, which give him a temporary speed boost, 35% extra speed. So now he is definitely not going to get caught by any of the hunters if they're just running towards him, which most hunters do. They don't really look too much forward. You have to really look forward and see the tracks and then take either a guess, or if you can see behind the next hill which direction the monster moved in, then just instantly take the shortcut in the direction that he took. See here, Lars is sneaking in the water, which wasn't necessary, but of course, first time playing monster, so he didn't know. He's gonna play some to kill some of these very low evolved point monsters or wildlife. Gonna throw a rock in the direction of the hunters just to do some damage. Some people have said that the hunters have it way too easy because they can respawn. You also have to remember that you only get 2 respawns. So if you died twice, or 3 times, then you are dead. So you can actually, at the second stage, if someone's running off alone, if you can flank them actually and take out just one of them, like once in a while, that would be one of the things you do to eliminate the pressure of the hunters, because if they have less life or respawns left, then they're maybe not as keen to just jump in and attack you. But you can see Lars is getting really close to stage 3 here. He's been running away like a pro. Just gonna sneak over here. We're gonna sneak around this corner here by being very cautious. Gonna smell out some stuff. And missed the wildlife with the rock. In Left 4 Dead, which was Turtle Rock's last game, you as the tank could press a right click and then you would throw a rock. But you had no control over when you would remove it. It was just a set animation, or remove it, throw it. It was a set animation. So if you clicked it, then you had like 3 seconds to get a perfect aim at the hunters. But here you can actually hold it down and just keep the rock in your hand until a hunter shows up. Lars is just throwing them very quickly. Oh. Now he's going for the power generator. That is the second way that the monsters can win. The monster? Yeah, the monsters. There's 2. Right now there's Kraken as well. We're not going to see that at all, because you have to get a lot of points as the Goliath before you can unlock that one. But it looks very interesting. It's a flying monster. You've probably seen it. People interested in this game have already seen that. So I'm not going to talk too much about it unless Lars or myself gets it unlocked somehow. Nice rock throw right there in the face of the hunters. 2 hunters at the same time. She's bleeding, but she's a macho man. But yeah, 2 ways of winning for the monster. There is the reactor that you can destroy over there, or you can just kill the hunters. Of course, Lars using the rock there to bounce away the assault. You can't really punch him away when you got the shield, which is, I don't know, it's very OP. You can't punch someone away just because he has a shield on. But Lars used the rock, which creates a big blast and threw away the assault, so he couldn't get the what do you call that, revive in time on the medic. And Lars has now killed 3 of the hunters. Nope, only 2, because one of them got instant not respawn, but revived. That's one of the medic's abilities. You can revive people while being cloaked, so you can't really see if someone's getting revived. See, Lars is gonna fight against this last hunter, and there we go. Lars won. Roar. And we're gonna see a lot of this, these points. It's more like just small achievements every single time you do a lot of the attacks. Like, do a shit ton of damage. How do you do that? Deal a ton of damage with a rock throw. What's a ton? What's it? What? Okay, it's 1,000 kilos. So if you deal 1,000 kilos to the hunters with a rock, then you get points. And then we can see here complete damage as well. So you actually get to upgrade the monster pretty quickly and unlock the skins and abilities fairly easily. But yeah, that was Lars playing as the monster and me playing as Assault. I'm not going to play any other class because, as we saw in the beginning, you get into a lobby and then you're set on that class. And I'm Assault, Lars is Trapper, Medic, and Michael is Trapper. So maybe if they record some gameplay of their side, we're going to see some footage of that. But I'll see if I can get to some monster action as well. But that's been evolved, and that was Friday night, which was mostly Lobby Simulator, but we still got some good footage out of it. So I will be back with highly likely more footage of it because we're going to be playing it a lot, I think. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next Lobby Simulator video.